This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in his word and truth sincerity. Lord willing, this could be an edifying video. Not going to be a long video, okay, but this place is done. Babylon is through. It's played out, okay? And the mirth of the land is gone. Okay, you got Six Flags shutting down. You had, few people got put to death at Disney World. You got UPS plane crash. You got TSA shortages to where I seen a video in Texas. Pretty much all the TSA workers were going because they were tired of working without pay. So you had people just there in the airport with no TSA. Okay, so, you people that plan on traveling for the holidays, hey, they're already saying the Department of Transportation, something like that. They're saying next week they're going to have to shut down airspace for certain parts of the country. So you're not going to be able to catch a plane to go spend time with your family for the holidays, and at the same time, Trump has doubled down on no food stamps. What else was I about to say? Oh, yeah. Prices are still going up. Tariffs still in effect. Okay. I'm seeing reports that, clubs and bars, aren't really making a lot of money now, that people are struggling, which I don't know how true that is. I didn't look deep into that, but I did come across some articles that said that. So the mirth is beginning to be going in this place. A lot of businesses are shutting down, and it's going to be more. It's going to be more businesses is going to shut down. Going to be more jobs taken. This place is done. Let me read it again. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. What is the city of confusion? Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. Babylon in the Hebrew is Babal, which means confusion. So this is the city of confusion, and it's broken down. Okay, and Trump is still dispersing National Guard soldiers, and ICE throughout the different states. He's saying ICE isn't going hard enough. Okay. So it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. This place is done. It says every house is shut up that no man may come in. All of these businesses are going to be shut down real soon. These restaurants, your favorite areas to go shopping, they're going to be boarded up. They're going to declare bankruptcy, man. Okay. It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Because all people want to do is party and turn up. You got that song, party and bullshit and party. That's all people want to do is just party, get high, turn up, go to the club. Them days is over. Okay, the Lord is bringing this place to his knees, man. Okay, this place is circling the drain. Okay, this place is done. And we're glad. We're glad that we're at the end of this thing. Because this is the land of our captivity. We're not here to prosper, we wasn't brought here to have fun, man. This was a punishment for us. And we're at the end of our punishment. That's why the scriptures say better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Jake done forgot how we got over here, man. You got this nigga Floyd, up there with them tiny tops, pledging his allegiance to them tiny tots, man. Which we know that nigga, he's through. He's super sold out. All right. But people, they want, joy again. They want, and a lot of people, they force it, man. See, before we even hit November, I was seeing Christmas lights. People got their Christmas lights up. This was the Halloween. People are trying to force it, man. But a lot of you people, you're not even gonna be able to afford to buy groceries. I mean, Salakia, to buy gifts for Christmas because the prices are too damn high. And then now you gotta make sacrifices since you don't have food stamps. Now you gotta spend your money on food, man. You gotta spend more money on food. Okay? It says, in the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. So the Lord, he's about to destroy this place. Okay? So it's going to be more job shortages, more businesses shutting down because the scriptures say the grinding shall cease. Let me grab that. And see, this whole thing with these airports and, TSA, the workers leaving because they ain't getting paid. This is major, man. This is going to cripple the economy. Okay? Hold on. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, which is these stock market analysts, like the Jim Cramer, these different guys that's constantly predicting that the market is going to tank. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right. So, the grinders, these different jobs, a lot of jobs are being replaced with AI, man. You had Amazon, they laid over 30,000 people. Paramount laid over 2,000 people. All of these different companies is doing mass layoffs. Microsoft is doing mass layoffs. Okay. And now, since, due to the government shutdown, a lot of these, federal workers is losing their jobs, TSA, military members, which Trump said he's going to make sure the military gets paid. I got to see more updates on that. But, I mean, that would make sense, But, now he's talking about, firing more, people in the IRS. It's a lot going on, man. So a lot of families is about to struggle. You done lost your job. At the same time, prices is going up and you can't get food stamps. You can't get Section 8. You can't get WIC if you're a newly mother. This place is through and we're rejoicing at it. We're seeing a lot of videos of women crying on the internet. Hey, boo-hoo, bitch. Save those tears because, as the scriptures say, this is the beginning of sorrows. This is just the beginning, bitch. This verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right, these jobs ain't gonna be no jobs, man. So a lot of these businesses gonna shut down. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And the music is shit today. And it was a report that this is the first time in years since a hip hop song wasn't on I think it was on the Billboard. It was on something. The brother had shared in the chat. So music is through. Even DJ Academics, even he said a lot of these labels, they're not trying to, spend money, investing into new artists because it take years for them to get profit. And they ain't trying to do that right now. This place is at its end, man. And it's beautiful. Okay, and this has happened suddenly. Like I said, a quick video. I'm going to grab this and then wrap it up. I got to get back to work. I ain't even clock out. The spirit was on me, though. I wanted to do this video, man. Didn't want to wait till my lunch break. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. And we know this isn't talking about ancient Babylon, which today ancient Babylon is known as Iraq. This is talking about New Babylon, which is America. America has made all the earth drunken, okay? And the philosophies of Babylon, idolizing and exalting women, putting women over the men, okay? strip clubs, fast food restaurants, wear the suit and tie, celebrating. You even got heathens. I remember I worked at a job, man. This fucking Elamite, talking about he was going to India for Christmas to celebrate it with his family, you know. So, that's these nations drinking the wine of Babylon, and they're mad because they're wisening up. Even though they're heathens, they're wisening up that the lifestyle of Babylon, all it does is spreads degeneracy, and it erodes a society. That's why China, they banned OnlyFans, you know? And here it is, OnlyFans, the statistics that came out, they done made more money than Apple and a lot of these other businesses, man. It's a damn shame. All right, it says Babylon, I just read that. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Suddenly fallen and destroyed. Because this thing happened quickly, happened suddenly, man. Hey, like the scripture says, suddenly shall the full storehouses appear unsown, man. So this thing has happened, suddenly, man. We ain't in the glory days of Babylon no more. Them days is over with. It says, and destroy how for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the sky. So Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, he's getting ready to greatly take this place out, man, to judge this place. Like it says in Revelation, the 18th chapter, for strong is the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who judgeth her, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. This place is going to go out by thermonuclear destruction, which is the second death. And we're in the beginning of sorrows, man. Okay, we're in the beginning of Isaiah 4:1. We're in the beginning of winning, brothers. We already won. The victory is already sealed, solidified, because Yahweh Shai solidified our victory when he gave his life on the cross. But we're in the beginning of the manifestation of it. Brothers is hey, the Lord is having brothers see certain things, man, experience certain things to, build up our faith. We're in a time of winning while everybody else is going to lose. Okay, so like I said, just a quick video, just something that was on my spirit. Lord willing, it was edifying. With that, I'm going to say shalom.